Hello there. Hi, and welcome to my sacred space, or welcome to my safe space, or welcome to my tough talk. Hello, my name is TShayMae. You're watching Hero Henrietta, and this is Disney Channel. This is a new series I like to call on my YouTube channel called BELTWAY BATHTIME, where I will be basically just sharing manifestations, affirmations, words of advice, just outspoken words, just speaking my mind. So basically I'll be talking about basically life, whether it's pertaining to advice, lessons, reflections, anything for that matter that I, see fit that I want to talk about. This series is completely unscripted, so everything that I will be talking about is completely from my mind, completely from the others, completely from the mind, body, soul, spirit, and heart. And basically, this is something that I will be posting every other Sunday on my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys enjoy. If you do already, like and subscribe down below, leave a comment, and hey, if you guys have any topics that I should probably talk about, then I'm open to it. Leave a comment down below, and also leave a tip as well, because we witches like to buy our things nowadays. Hope you guys enjoy this episode of BELTWAY BATHTIME. Today's episode is, what I'm going to be talking about is pretty much, I would say, picking and choosing your battles. And I say that because some things are not worth your energy. Some things are not, getting all riled up and clashing with other folks for. And that was something that I kind of realized, and kind of still am going through to this day, but I really came to terms with it during this pandemic, especially this past Easter. For those, who do celebrate Lent, I am a confirmed Catholic. Do I consider myself a Catholic witch? Not really, but I always would say, none of my Catholic and queer and coven household, because I'm a very contradicting Catholic. I'm an Aquarius, so it kind of makes sense. It kind of works for me. Something I will have to say pertaining to picking and choosing your battles, right? So, and knowing when to release that energy or those energy, whoever's energy, the situations or relationships energies that no longer serve you but don't need you to acquire so much energy to spend upon, because why and for what should you exert so much energy in things that are basically, like, whether if it is in your control or out of your control, or things where there's just kind of like, what I'd rather not deal with that. So I'll just say first, talk about the pandemic, right? It has been over a year since the pandemic happened, and because of that, we have seen so much shift. It was so many changes. Hell, astrologers kind of already knew that this shit was going to happen. The way the pandemic kind of rolled about was the same way that the fucking plague did however many years ago. Like the big plague, the influenza, like the big sick, where it was kind of like, in a way, you have to kind of consider it in a way, this was kind of an Infinity War, this was kind of an end game, this was kind of our blip. Thanos kind of actually came to life and actually snapped quite a few thousands of hundred people out of existence by cutting their cords short. This pandemic has really taught me so much about releasing and letting go and kind of just accepting things for what they are, things what they are supposed to be, things what they are meant to be, and then to move on from it, right? But it's quite interesting because a lot of friendships, even mentorships, even a lot of relationships in general that I had, pretty much a lot of them kind of sought their truth and kind of reached their end. And some of it was soul tie related, in which our past lives had to kind of learn these lessons. My past life, or me in this lifetime, had to kind of mend the cycle. I had to end it. I had to cease it. I had to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this for you ever again. Now is that to say that maybe, just maybe, my future self, however and whoever I reincarnate after this lifetime is gonna have to deal with that cycle again? Maybe so. But at the same time, it is pretty much like, you know, I realized that, yeah, some of these people, some of these folks, some of these friends, some even family members, I can't associate myself with, you know? Because as I am growing, as I am evolving, as I am ascending to my higher power, to my higher self, to my highest spiritual being, why would I want to stay stuck on the same vibrational train as my freaking peers when I know which path is to go? I mean, fucking Marty McFly, it's heavy, dog, and that energy to carry of others with you for lifetimes after lifetimes, past lives after past lives, those cycles get so tiring. And it's pretty much like, why would I want to put myself through that shit ever again? What's the point? What's the purpose? What is the goal? It doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to put myself through that? Why would I want to put my soul through that again and again and again and again and again? It doesn't make any sense, right? So pretty much, you know, this pandemic, for everyone, of course, not just for myself, was a step back and a time to sit with oneself. Hey, I'm gonna be completely honest, some of y'all motherfuckers, some of y'all don't know how to sit with yourself, and it showed, and this pandemic really showed your ass. Because when the world went still, when the world felt like it stopped, and everyone kind of had to reflect, and had time to reflect, everyone had to realize, everyone had to recognize pretty much, you know, who they are, what they have done, who they are messing with, who they are dealing with, who they wanted to be, who they needed to be. A lot of people really, I feel like, are coming out of this panorama, you know, more passionate and more driven and more determined and more thankful and grateful for their lives than ever before, because they no longer are going to do things that are going to suck the life out their soul. Why should anyone do anything that sucks the life out their soul? You know, I'm a very passionate person, I'll admit and say that. And I can attest and say for some of my friends, especially some of my friends that are watching and are subscribed, that the level of passion, the level of sternness, and the level of determination that I be for everybody, and making sure that they follow their passions, that they follow their heart, that they do whatever fulfills their soul's purpose and more, is doing that. Because this pandemic showed its ass, really showing us and having us show our ass and be like, what we're not going to do is not the thing that we don't like in doing the most. You know what I mean? Something when this pandemic really saw it, and even so, like this past Easter really, you know, presented where it was kind of like, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to hold on to this energy anymore. I'm not going to allow this person to treat me anymore. I'm not going to allow this situation to take control of me anymore, you know? Some things, once again, are out of our control, but things that are presented to us that we have the ability to control, that we have the strength to control, that we have the agility, and then we have the means, we have the reasons, we have the resources to take matters into our own hands. Baby, they said you might as well do it. Spirit said, baby, you might as well do the thing that you love doing the most, because why did I put you here on this earth for you to not do? It's funny because I've been referencing and Disney's Pixar so a lot, and and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but it's funny how when Joe was finally able to get the gig of a lifetime, he's finally able to do the thing that he loved doing the most, but it wasn't enough. It was like, this is it? This is it? This is all I get out of it? You know, by that time, he kind of realized, like, you know, there are far more few things out there that can fulfill my soul, that can redefine my purposes, that can be prioritized or reprioritized. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and now, since I have this second chance, thank God, thank Spirit, thank whomsoever, thank, you know, I forgot the world that they call it in, thank them. Now I can actually live my life more than I ever sought it to be, but I could actually live it more fuller, more purposeful, more meaningful, to say. With Lent, for those who don't know, Lent is the 40 days and 40 nights of fasting of the Jesus Christ. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights prior to being crucified, and, you know, broke bread like prior to like his final dying days. Can we talk about how Jesus low-key was a psychic? Like, he knew one of his homies was going to fucking deceive him. He knew that, like, yeah, right, nigga, it's gonna be you. You gonna deceive me. It's you, my guy. You. I think Peter, you, Petey boy, are going to be like, nah, I don't know him. Pull him Mariah Carey. I don't know him. Boy, let's talk about how in Lent people usually use that as a time, kind of like, I would say, like another New Year's resolution, where you decide to either give up something or even pick up a new habit within those 40 days. As the saying goes, it takes 21 days to pick up a new habit, right? So when it comes to Lent, something that, funny enough, was brought to me was that I had to let go quite a few relationships, right? And that being said, what I did on Palm Sunday weekend, which was also the weekend and the day and the night of the full moon in Libra, if I'm not mistaken, call me Laura Jean Song Covey, because I wrote 11 soul contract terminations to people who ever meant, you know, something to me, that had an importance to me in my life, you know, to folks who pretty much, you know, were like, you know, best friends, mentors, you know, old former classmates, crushes, boyfriends, partners, whatever, right? Writing those letters with no intention to send them, but to burn them and to release them off into the others, into the universe, that was like a breath of fresh air. That was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Libra, if I'm gonna talk about tarot cards, the tarot card for Libras is justice, right? In order for me to find balance, to regain balance, to be able to be level with not even just myself on this realm, but also to like my higher self as well. Writing those letters was another step for me towards my journey to ascension, because I had to finally, therapeutically and spiritually and emotionally and mentally cut those cords, detach those people's, their thoughts, their opinions, our relationship, our friendships, our partnerships, our companionships. I had to release those relationships into the wind to finally let them go. You know, it's very beautiful how it came about, because this was something like I remember even like telling friends to do prior to even me doing it myself, you know. And so when I finally did it, it was like, wow. Now that's not to say that like I don't still think about some of those folks, or that I'm not still thankful for some of those folks. Yeah, you know, it doesn't go away just immediately, but it takes its time, right? What I do say and what I do recommend is that, you know, during this time, during, you know, during spring, which is considered the rebirth of, like, you know, the seasons, because of the fact that it is, you know, winter is kind of when everything dies, but spring is when everything's reborn again. I do recommend that, you know, for some of you, if you feel like you have like termination of soul contracts that you have to write, have to burn, have to release, and friendships, relationships, anything that you, situationships that you have to let go, by all means do so. If you feel like you haven't reached your full potential, or that there's still more out there for you, or that you haven't found your soul's purpose and elevated continuously from that, then I do recommend that, you know, find out what's keeping you down, find out who's keeping you down, find out what thoughts of yourself is also keeping you down. Think about that as well. And take some time to sit still, take a breath, take a breather, relax, but also take that time to reflect. And that way, when the time comes, when it's time to finally release those energies, when it's finally to put that pen to paper, when it's finally to put that inked up paper to a lighter, or, you know, do what I did. I was hanging out with some friends and we were having a bonfire, and I packed all 11 letters, all 11 pages to an envelope, and I put in the envelope, I forgot what I put in. I'm gonna put a picture right here for you guys to see what I written, and sorry for my chicken scratch, it's subtitled down below, but it's basically saying that, you know, to those in my life that I used to love, that had meaning, that had purpose, that had helped me find my purpose, that had helped me obtain my purpose, that has helped me grow, and that has helped me even open my eyes, my third eye, my heart, my soul, my spirit, that while I'm ascending, while I'm evolving, while I'm growing, to find out and realize that, you know, I have to leave you guys behind, because I can't just stop for you guys. I can't. I have to keep going for myself. I have to keep going for my higher self. I have to keep going for my soul and my spirit and my being on this realm, so I can continue further, continue to move on. And hey, some of those folks will maybe understand. Some of those folks you may not get closure with. And some of those folks will be accepting and be happy for you wherever you decide to go about your journey. I have this exercise, see if it works for any of you guys. And really, really, really sit, reflect, meditate, do whatever you have to do in order to get yourself into that space, and in order to, you know, find out and realize, like, you know, I am officially ready to move on. I'm officially ready to let it go. Crown me Queen Elsa, because I am ready to let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. I'm not gonna let these bitches drag me down all the way to the floor. And that's on divination, okay? Once again, if you liked this video, please leave a like and comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell to know whenever I upload videos and get some update from me. You guys may follow me on social media at TarotHenrietta on Instagram, but I also do private readings. So if you ever feel like you want to get your own personal private reading with me, you may do so at my Etsy shop down below, or look me up at Dragon Ball SpiritualiTEA. Other than that, thank you guys so much. Love and light to you guys. I hope you guys lots of magic. This has been your favorite YouTube tarot lady, TShayMae. And this concludes this episode of Tarot Henrietta, and I'll see you guys next time on Dragon Ball SpiritualiTEA. Bye.